Happening, man. Not till YouTube's working. I don't know what's going on with this goofy thing. I ran a duel today with no, like, post it up. I just did a test and it all worked. Then I went to fire this thing up again. Visual on mine. Fired it up again tonight to do this video, and it said that my subscription, this and that. I don't know what's going on. I have to just look at it again, see if they gave me a refund. I think I did. So we're gonna roll through this little 5 transistor. Let a few people load up in here. Oh, where Molly's at. We should be hanging out here in a minute. Let's see if I can look at the screen on this. Alright, so we got a couple people from Facebook and we got 5 people on YouTube. We'll start this here momentarily. Kick back, relax, grab a drink. We'll have a talk about it.
Yo, don't overdrive it, don't fry that board, keep it clean with the driver, let the power get stored. Mud ducks quacking, but the signals don't last.
New age tech, changing every day. Boy, you ain't joking. You know how to build a damn credit card, though. Alright, well, let's light this thing up. One more thing. Alright, here we go. It's Friday night. Hello, everybody. No Molly. Molly's not down here yet. But this is a 1-drive-in-4, all 2879s. What's up, Jeffrey? Well, Jeffrey Clark, mailman, U.S. mailman in Ohio. Alright, so this is the new line. This is all 2879. HGs. Potentiometer on off switch, got a red LED on it. Still running the filtered grill. Always like those. Have an in and out and a 2 6-gauge power wires coming out. One for ground and one for hot. As you remember, the Zippies always had a stud on here, and I would probably run 1 or 2 of these wires coming out of the Zippy 5 pills. So those those boxes are still available. I just been pretty busy with this line. But this is kind of standard issue. As you can see, I dated it 2026. I've already started doing that. They can do it with the cars. I can do it with my amplifiers. So that is that. Other than that, made a couple little changes in here, but it just kind of fits the budget of what we have going on. All parts are really good. Still super good cooling system in there. 108 CFM. That fan really pumps out some air, and these boxes run good. So as you notice, there is a little smaller output transformer here, and they're not 1 1/4 inch. And yes, it does make a difference on the performance, because I have the same output 1-pill stage driving into the 4 transistor stage. So performance deviation is, I would say, with the tune and the core size, that will take in control a little bit. So if you go back to a Psycho Zip 1-driving-4, they are exactly all of that. Psycho and a Zip, and that's why that amplifier got that name. But that is on the Psycho Zip line. This is the South Jersey line, and typically I will always put a 1-inch transformer on the lines. That actually says it on the price sheet that they are done with 1-inch transformers. So that kind of sums all that up. Other than that, it's just regular business in here. HG 2879s direct from China. Click, click. So let's take and light this thing up. I'm going to take and put the lid down on it. and we'll take and wake the bench up, and we'll go over it as we wake it up. So the slugs we're going to look at a 5-watt input reflection slug. We're going to use a 25-watt slug to show the R&R radio, what we're driving into this thing. And let's turn on this little amp meter right here. Even though I already have one up there, I like to take and have the line on the line and on the source. So it's nice to have amp meters and equipment to test stuff. So this is a once again a five transistor unit, South Jersey line, and we're going to be running this tonight at 14.9 volts. We'll show you all the fun, good stuff there. As far as the slugs go, they haven't changed. They're still in the same areas here. 2500 we're going to use on the digital. Probably won't look at the 5000, and we'll look at the 1000 and the 5000 on the analog bird up here on top. So let's just take in, get some numbers together. Let's start off slow. Let's run this all the way back down real quick. Phase angle of coax. Coax length does matter. So from my radio, real quick, from my radio to the input of this South Jersey 5-pill, it is a half a wavelength. And yes, it's small coax, but this is the same VOP as the 213. It's 0.66. So same family. It's not some foam. It's actually 0.66 cable on the VOP. And then 12 on off to the dummy load. So there you have the phase angle on this. And let's take it. See if we get a carrier here. There we go. All right, let's take a look at the amperage. We're back all the way down on the amp, and here is low amperage drive, audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, audio 1, 2, 3. So we hit 40. So radio sending about 14.7. Let's take a look at what we got going on the volts and amps. Audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, audio 1, 2. So a good solid 14.8. All right, well, let's take a look at, peek and tweak at the radio here. Just a real quick look at the radio, audio. Show me a good 9.5 bird drive. And here's my input reflect. Now, this is a 5-watt slug. So at the 10, that would be 1 watt. So I'm under a half a watt on the input reflection. So let's look at the, what do you call it? The 1000 watt slug. And then you're going to look at the center scale, bottom scale at 20 watts of division. Audio, each line is 20 watts. Audio. 1, 2, 3, 4, audio. So about 280 watts right there. Now, let's take a look at the 5 kilowatt real quick. Audio. You can still read it. Audio, 1, 2. Shows about 3 there. Each line is 100 on this one. Here's your peaker tweaker. Peak and then a tweak and then a tweak and then a peak. Now, this is turned all the way down. Now, this is the unit turned all the way down. Peak and tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak. Now that was let's see, 5, 6, about 700 already. So let's take a look at the RMS here. Audio 250, and the peak. And this is the peak, a peak, 725. So that was what the unit turned all the way down. You see the potentiometer, it's turned all the way down. So if we turn it all the way up, you're gonna have to probably readjust the dead key. Let's see what happens. Glasses real quick. Turn that back. There we go. Now we got it reset. So now we turn it all the way up now. Let's just go with it. Audio. 1, 2. 480 to 500 watts. Here's your amperage. Audio. 62 there. Audio. 60, 61 there. 14.8, and your peak are tweaking, and your wide open peak and tweaking. Audio, 2, audio, 900 peak. Let's see what the 5 kilowatt peak says. Audio, right there at it. And then the RMS on the digital says RMS, audio, 475, and then rides right next to the audio. It runs right next to the analog 1000 watt slug. So this is a driver. This isn't one of those boxes. I mean, this is a control driver, and you can control it a little bit more. So let's say you don't need 400 watts to drive your 16 pill. Back this down. Or let's say you don't have a radio that produces that much power. So let's see how low we can make this go. So we know we're dumping like a 10 watt radio into it, and this potentiometer is like a dimmer switch. that you'd have on your in your bedroom or in the hallway or in the living room or whatever, to dim your lights down. This does the same thing with your power. It just dumbs down the input drive level, so it attenuates it. So let's take a look at that. My radio turned up. All right, 14.7. So let's just take a look at. We're going to focus on the digital meter. It'd be easier, kind of like a little watch. All right, so we're looking at 2500 watt scale. We're gonna look at RMS first. All right, hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, audio 1, 2. So we'll call it 275. Audio 1, 2, 3, 4, audio. All right, 750. Now, if I take and roll my radio back and try to dumb it down, go all the way down with it. Not concerned about a dead key. Let's just see where our numbers went. Audio 1, 2, audio 1, 2. So, dropped quite a bit. We're 175, 200. Audio 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, what happened at a peak? Did it fall down a lot? Audio 1, 2, 1, 2. It really didn't. So that right there is telling you guys, when you're trying to call somebody, Johnny, Jimmy, Lucy, Tommy, say, hey man, who's got a great amplifier? They'll say, oh, go to this guy, go to that guy. Man, look at those meters go. Look at those meters go. All they're selling is peak. All they're selling is peak. So if that's all you're putting all your eggs in one basket and you're in the peak basket, and you guys want to really be gullible enough to take and just buy into just peak, thinking the amplifier's doing all of that, all right, still all the way down. And this is a peak number, audio 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here's the truth of it though. Your RMS number, audio. So I'm doing 200 watts RMS, and I got 750 peak. All right. Now, let's say that was whatever amplifier. It was wide open. Now I'm wide open. So now let's see what RMS is. Audio. So we realistically, we doubled our power. My radio's still running soft. That's why it's only hitting 400. Audio. But still, with a super soft radio, here's super soft. Audio. Like not even 7 watts. But that peak, the peak is still way up there, man. It showed 850, 900. Okay, 400. I get it. But going back to, let's control this. And you wanted to use this to drive 12 or 16, 24, 32. You could. If you don't have a super jacked up radio and you really want to back this thing down, audio. Inputs are still really happy, audio. But that RMS, that's where the cat's meow is, right here. Audio. So you got 220 bird, and you're gonna take 220 and you take and dump that into a 16 pill. You're good. Man, you can roll with that. But with that even said, even if your radio did do more, okay, somewhere in there. Karen, anything? I don't know. Okay. Now here's the full output now. Audio. So you're still at 250 to 280 to drive another amplifier. So for example, if you had, let's say, a 16 transistor unit, 2879Cs, and we'd put 280 into it. All right, you divide that at 16 times. It's still only 17.5 watts per transistor. You're still good at 2879Cs. In fact, you would be almost full if you had the standard 2879. So if people are trying to understand drive level, it simply falls down to a couple simple numbers. You take your drive wattage and you divide that into how many transistors you have in your amplifier, and that tells you how much drive per transistor you're actually seeing. And I'll tell you right now, if you guys start calculating and you start seeing you're into 20, 22, 23s and you're holding together, great. You're making a lot of heat. Shootout guys, yeah, go for it. Run that stuff. I'll tell you that because you have to. But if you want to be successful and actually take and go out and have a QSO and talk skip or go into fights in DX, and you hear it all day long, I have to hand it to 281. I don't know what kind of cooling system he's got in that, and whatever he's running in the Suburban. I don't know if he's getting out in between keys, getting in the back of that thing and blowing in the back end of that amplifier to try to cool it off. But I'm telling you, that man talks. He talks in there all day long. So 281, thumbs up to you, man. Good hammer. You've been hammering really hard lately again. And I know that you had to rebuild your antenna and you had this problem, that problem. Whew. Well, you came back with a vengeance so far. Keep it together. Good job. Knockout, I actually heard you when you were talking to 1600 tonight. I was trying to get through you. The only way I keyed on you is I had to text it. I had to text him and tell him I said hello. But other than that, it's a 5 transistor unit. You really, it's just one of those amplifiers where it filled a hole. It needed. You don't always need all of the drive that we're making. It's like this little unit here. This was a project that was kind of I ended up with, and I said I needed a driver. I needed a 5-pill for my bench, so I built this one here. It's just 1454 driving 42879. So it does almost identical to this. So it's just how I manipulate each amplifier and how I want it to run. So these here, my main goal is right around 500 watts RMS and right at whatever 850 to 950 peak, and I'm flying right in the zone I wanted to be in. So other than that, these you're in the Philippines, Rudy. 33, you're hanging down in the Philippines again. Oh wow, good for you, buddy. But I put together a line to fill the holes on some of the equipment that people can and can't get. This is kind of an old school way. If you want to think about it, if I actually put a 2290 in here and actually change this transformer to a 1/2 inch, this would actually be an old school box from way back in the day. It's just in newer form, and at the end of it all, that's just how it turned out. And sitting here looking at it and thinking about, if you go back in time and you look at the Texas Stars, the Boomers, the TNT boxes, they all ran the 1-inch transformers, and they did well. And then someone stepped it up and made an 1.25 inch. I think TNT did on their 600 pluses, 12 packs and such. But those were low Q amplifiers. They were wrapped really, really heavy. They had 5 and 5, and they had the combiners rolled up 8 times plus, and they just had a lot of energy just stuck in those boxes, and it's hard to take in and get them out sometimes. But with this said, South Jersey line seemed to run really well. Don't know what happened to Molly, but I'm taking, see if we can scrounge her up here. Hold on a second. Where'd you go, Mom? Move! Huh? I find your song. Huh? You ready? You gonna work? Oh, Molly? You ready? Let's go. Let's go work. Come on, Molly, this one's all about you. Come here. Come here, Mozilla. Come here, Molly. Come here. Come here, baby. What's going on? How you doing? You a good girl? You gonna wave to everybody? Molly, give me a wave. What's up? Yeah, I see it. How about a shake? Shake. What do you think? Huh, Molly? Caught you sleeping earlier today, didn't we? You were sleeping, I was scratching your belly. Now you're awake. What do you think? Good job? You gonna wave? Yeah, you're a good girl. You did the squirrel. Let me get a cookie. Keep going. What are you gonna do? Go sit? Go sit? Watch it. There you go. Got it. All right, Molly, here we go. You gonna wave? You gonna wave? All right. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. One more. Here you go. Ready? Ready to catch it? Watch it. Hit you right in the head. All right, guys. Well, at the end of the day, it's just a driver. The driver that I will say it runs extremely well with a lot of control. And again, this is a 5-watt slug on the input reflection, 25 watt showing the input drive level from the radio. We'll hit this one more time. 1000 watt RMS, 5000 peak there. We'll show the 25 hush. Last hit. There you go. Input radio. Audio, 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 audio. 9.5 amps. Audio, 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 audio. 62. Input reflect. 5 watt slug. Audio, 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 audio. Oh, that's a little over half. Audio, audio, audio. Let me make this bigger for you. Audio, 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 audio. 450, 460, 480. And the tweaker, 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 100 per line, 900, audio, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, tweaker, tweaker right there. So we go to the RMS and just talk into it, audio, 1, 2, 3, 4, audio. There you go, man. It just blinked at you 500. But, nice little unit, ready to go. Hopefully I hear this one on the air real soon. Guy gets conditions with barefoot radios. I don't understand some of the guys down in the south, but they get in those spots. All good. Hey, Mully. Hey, Mully. What are you doing? Molly, you like your new bed? Yeah. One of my guys sent an amplifier rolled up in that. So there ain't no way I'm packing that thing back in that thing. What do you think, Molly? You good? Come here. Here, let's say goodbye to everybody. We're going to get out of here. Ready? You gonna sit? You gonna say bye? Oh, good girl. Did you have a good time? So what are you going to do this weekend? You never did tell me what you going for Halloween. What are you going to be for Halloween? You figured that out yet? What are you going to be? You going to be a moo? Cow? You going to be a cow? You going to be a goat? What are you going to be? You going to be a donkey? What are you going to be? Oh, what? I didn't hear you. You got to go? Where's Kitty? Yeah? You want to go see? All right. We'll go get that kitty. All right, we'll get him. All righty, guys. Well, there you have it. Molly says she wanted to go get the kitty. So, starting to cool off quite a bit. So, y'all take care. Don't know when I'm going to pop up with my next video. We'll see what happens here in the shop. Y'all take care. God bless. Have a great weekend. I'm sliding out.